everyone, it's Justin Earl back here again with Flex MP. And I just wanted to come to you today to talk about the final piece of the puzzle, which is mindset. It's honestly my favorite subject to talk about. You hear about it all the time. What is it? Well, mindset, what we're going to discuss in the health and wellness is really what cements everything together, no matter what your goals are. It's what glues the nutrition, and it's what glues the movement that we've already discussed together. If you don't have the right mindset, all the others kind of fall apart. So it's that bridge. Today, we're going to show you how, by the end of this video, we're going to show you how to build the ramps over the roadblocks that have been keeping you from getting to the best version of yourself. Now, I get it. You know, we all have our own unique stories and struggles and obstacles and strengths. You know, whatever your situation is, the best part of this is you're not alone. I'm going to help you every single step of the way to be limitless in your health and wellness needs. But first, we have to define what mindset. You know, so what is it? I hear it all the time. People see it. You can look it up. You know that if you've read enough personal development books, it's key. So we're going to define it because some people still aren't sure what it is. You know that if you have a good one, you can accomplish amazing things. Well, it's deeply held beliefs, attitudes, and assumptions we create about who we are, how the world works, what we are capable of and deserve, and what is truly possible. Let me say that again in case you didn't get it for those in the back. It's deeply held beliefs, attitudes, and assumptions we create about who we are, how the world works, what we're capable of and deserve, and what is possible. Now, if the what is the mindset, then the why's got to be the motivation, the purpose for taking action. You know, the big why, we will help you develop this big why. Like, why are you doing it? You know, people come to me with things that, you know, I kind of say is surface level. Like, I want to lose weight. I want to, you know, I want to get big. I want to do this. That's great. Those are good starting points. We're going to get that deep level why. Because when we do that, when we define and get to that deep level motivation, we're more likely to accomplish it, which is pretty cool. But we also need the how. So if the what is the mindset, the why is the motivation, and the how is the method, that method for accomplishing your big why in an orderly, logical, and systematic way. We're going to help you develop that. In fact, that's what we're going to roll into. So the first one of setting goals based on worst case scenario is goals. So we want to help set those goals with you like we were talking about, but we want to set it on a worst case scenario so you can perform at your best case. Well, why worst case? Well, you see it too many times. You've probably done it yourself where you set your goals way up here. At the best case, you want this by this day. Like, I want to lose 40 pounds in 2 weeks or something, or a month, or to get ready for this trip. Whatever that might be, when we set them at this best case, when we're already way up there, that can be long-term, but we operate in this way, you're bound to get frustrated because you're not reaching it fast enough. You know, we live in this generation, a microwave generation, as I like to call it, and we want to get to that goal yesterday, but we don't. So we get frustrated. And when we get frustrated, your beliefs start to go down. And we just talked about that. When your belief goes down, you're not excited about what you're doing. When you're not excited about what you're doing, your activity goes down. So you're not working out as much. You're not active as much because you're frustrated. And this all just goes down that domino effect. And you're not putting in the work. So therefore you don't see the results because you're not putting in the work. So you just quit altogether. And fun little fact, on average, people quit as little as within 2 to 8 weeks. You know, you see it at the beginning of the year in that January fluff. And I just don't want that to happen to you. I want to set all these priorities, build you that roadmap, you know, like a GPS system. You know, and we used to have that map, but now that we got these nice GPSs on our phone, we know when our end of the destination is. We know how to get there. We know every step of the way. We know the miles it's going to take. We know the minutes it's going to take, you know, and that's what we're going to help build for you. You know, I'm going to go over how to set your goals monthly because most of the time when we set our goals too low and then we wish our set of goals way up here. So again, just in that. So why do we want to set them on a monthly? Because if we're setting them weekly, we're again not getting there. So we're going to set them monthly with you. You know, the difference between weight loss, fat loss, and lean muscle gains, no matter what your goals might be, we'll break that down to worst case to expect on a monthly basis. With that being said, think about how many months it would take to reach your goals. I'll show you some of the things that we use here. So I'm actually going to share my screen here. Let me see. So give me a minute. Let's share this screen. Oh, we already know. So first, first we're going to, the second step after our goals are our assessment, but part of that mindset is what we're using here. So we want to know why you want to change. How specific would you like those habits, your health, your eating, your body? We talked about this a little bit in nutrition, but I told you we'd come back on mindset. And the reason being is because we want to know that big why. Like, we want to know the what do you want to change? And then we want to know the why. All the things you like to make change, which one of these is most urgent? We want to know a few different things, because hopefully it's not just one. We want to know what you've tried in the past, and digging a little deeper into what you've tried and what you failed at, or maybe even succeeded, could really help get you closer to your goals. Like, what worked for you, what worked well, which of those didn't work well for you, and why not? If you were to consider maybe making more changes to your habits and healthier eating, and why your body and what those might be. Again, until now, what has blocked you? You could be answering these questions yourself, held you back from changing. When you talk to somebody like me who has experience with this, we can dig to these deeper reasons. We want you to rank things. That was more the nutrition things. And then what type of movements. Now, we wanted to know these kinds of things, like, who do you live with? Because that affects your mindset. Do you have children? That affects your mindset. Who's going grocery shopping? We want to know what your health looks like, of course. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, we're letting you rank your health 1 to 10. And we want to know why. Why is your health that way? And we're going to sit there and we're going to listen to you. How are you spending your time? This all goes into it. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about your schedule time used, overall busyness? This is all going to help with us setting our true goals, like getting our why back into that. How is your stress recovery? Because your goals could be, again, weight loss, but then we might add goals into you. Like, you could say your stress and recovery is a 10, extreme stress. So managing stress turns into a new goal, but we want to find out why you're so stressed. For example, let me give you an example of a stress. So you could be a 40-year-old single mother with 3 children at home during this, working 10-hour days still during the situations, and living paycheck to paycheck, and your car just broke down and you broke your leg. Like, ultimate stress, right? Or you could be a 20-something who lives at home with his parents, who's got everything paid for, scholarships for days, doesn't have to work, and really extremely good health. So a little bit difference there. There might be other stressors. We all deal with stressors. I'm not trying to say this person's life is perfect and this isn't, but just trying to give you some examples. And then, that's going to help. How many hours on average do you sleep? How do you normally cope with stress? So if you don't cope with it at all, then there's a goal right there. So we're going to help you along with setting your true deep level why goals. Because at the end of the day, we want less stress. We want better health. We want better movement. And the deep reason is, you can start asking yourself, maybe it's for your children. Maybe it's to set an example for those in your community. Who knows? What do you expect from me, of course? I want to hear from you. I really want to know, because this will be help. But this, again, all part of it. Now, after we set your goals, I'm going to keep you on here on the shared screen. We want to always assess. We talked about monthly assessments. Again, like, I don't want you weighing yourself every day or every week. I got clients that have weighed themselves every day, and you're going to drive yourself crazy. Literally, your weight can change based on water, what you ate, literally the way the earth is rotating, the time of day. There's all these different factors. So I would say either bi-weekly or monthly, as far as if you're weighing yourself, measuring yourself, no matter your goals. But we want assessments. We need to know where we started, where we're at, because, again, it's part of that roadmap that we discussed. So depending on your goals, as you can see here, I have a list of assessments depending, again, worksheets that we can get you to your goals. And these are things that we can measure. We even have men and women forms. And in case you didn't know, men and women are different. You really are. And even from a nutritional standpoint, a physical standpoint, and a lot of things you probably think are probably misnomers. For example, just recently we found that women should be lifting heavy weights, that they're going to benefit just as much, if not more. A lot of these diet trends out there probably aren't best for women. Why is that? Their hormones. Their hormones are more affected by varying diets than men. What works best for women? Well, it depends, but consistency is key for everyone. And I know women, you get frustrated. Men, it seems like they can lose it so easy. And it is. It's a testosterone thing. And we could play around with these diets all day long. For women, there's a little bit more specific, especially if you're going through menstrual cycles, especially if you're going through menopause. These are things I can help you with. And again, those might be your goals, but we have ways of assessing all of those things. So we're going to stop sharing here. We're going to go back here. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, is like where we're going to go. So we've talked about goal setting. We've talked about assessing. Assessments are super important, and it depends on who you are. Maybe you're the peaks and valleys type of person. Maybe you're the person that's hitting plateaus, or maybe you don't know where to start. We're going to help you get the education on what's going on that works for you. How you focus is as a superpower. Setting workout appointments, your calendar, doing workouts. You dread the first thing. So we're going to show you how to set this, how to schedule your workouts, how to schedule your movement, how to schedule nutrition, how to make it part of your subconscious and get in your mindset why it's important. When we're getting to that deep level why, we can formulate this. We can make it a must instead of I have to. We want to get that into a positive psychological standpoint, which I'm going to help you with through this entire process, on how to schedule these things, on how to cook, on how to mentally wrap around. I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was with a client and they fell off a little bit. They didn't have the best nutritional choices, which is fine. This happens to everybody. We're all human. To her, mac and cheese sounded fine, which is totally cool. I never want anyone to demonize food. That's one of the mindset shifts we're going to work with. For her, you might have heard different terms like red light, yellow light, green light. If you're not familiar, we can talk about that. But I want you to start looking at best kind of foods to eat. That's your chicken, your broccoli, your whole foods approach. I want for her. So then I was like, best food you should eat most of the time or all the time, food you should eat some of the time, food you should eat very little. So it's like good, better, best in a way, another way to look at it. Instead of thinking good versus bad, because that creates a psychological mess, because then when we do bad things or eat bad food, we want to punish ourselves. And then that just is a rapid cycle of bad psychology. So that's one of the mindset shifts. So that's what we talked about her. I told her, here's a couple things that I gave her. I told her to write down, don't take too long on it, but just journal like how you felt before, how you felt during, and how you felt after eating that. I also told her what she was thinking about at those times. Because then we can better attack when those moments come up, when we feel like gravitated towards or addicted or whatever. Again, just that mindset shift. This is just like an example of what we go through. Now, my number one job is to offer you that customized roadmap. This could be you. That was just her story. But I want to offer you a customized roadmap towards your specific goals and build ramps over those roadblocks we were talking about earlier. So we're struggling on any of these things we talked about today. I want to offer you up an opportunity, take me up on my offer and sign up for my 30-day customized health and wellness plan. That's the link that's going to be below, I think, or you can just reach out to me. But the 30 days are the toughest to build those behaviors. But I want to get you to your goals, no matter how long that takes. So say 30 days is your goals, cool. But say your goals are 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, it depends on what your goals are. Let's go say your goals are weight loss and you want to lose 30 pounds. I'm going to do quick math. So on average, people lose, if they're doing fat, we're talking fat here, 1 to 2 pounds a week. You might see like 5 that first week, especially if you're dramatic shift. But let's go with that happy medium, like 1.5, and say you want to lose like 30 pounds. So we're losing 1.5 pounds a week, time, 30 pounds. So I'm doing some quick math here. That's going to take about 20 weeks to do. So if you want that, if you want me to go with you the long haul, because I want to be with you every step of the way to get to your goals. Because once I teach you all this and you have the education, the mindset, the movement, the nutrition, you won't need me anymore. I don't want you to pay me anymore. I don't want you to need except for occasionally check-ins. This becomes and turns into a sustainable lifestyle. So you're saving more money and time in the long run without bouncing around all these different trends and all these different things. So I want to get you to goals no matter how long it takes. I'm with you every step of the way. Now, if this again sounds like this, click the link below. Let's get started today. I hope this video helped. I hope you got a little education. You got to see what we're doing. Hope you got a few nuggets from it. Again, if you liked anything, share, like, subscribe, comment with your goals below if you feel open enough. If not, DM me. Let's click that link. It's free to click that link. It's free to at least have a conversation and go over some of these assessments and tools that I have. So I look forward to hearing from you. Have an awesome day. Take care.